European leaders are urging President Trump not to abandon Ukraine. Ephraim Graham has that story and more from the CBN Newsroom. Ephraim?
Andrew, French President Emmanuel Macron is at the White House today to discuss a security plan with President Donald Trump. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will visit later in the week. This comes as Russia launched a ferocious strike on Ukraine's capital. Dale Hurt has the story.
Russia marked the third anniversary of its war with Ukraine by launching its biggest ever drone strike on Kyiv over the weekend. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy has also been under heavy fire from the White House, with President Trump calling him a dictator and blaming him for Russia's invasion. Zelenskyy told reporters he would step down if it stopped the fighting.
You're under pressure from Moscow to step aside and Washington to hold elections. Would you be willing to give up the presidency if it meant peace for Ukraine?
Zelenskyy said he would, and that he'd also give up the presidency if it meant Ukraine could join NATO. Democratic Senator Jack Reed condemned what he calls President Trump's alignment with Russia.
This is just someone who admires Putin, does not believe in the struggle of the Ukrainians, and is committed to cozying up to an autocrat.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defended President Trump's stance.
The reality is the president is focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's stopping the killing and the destruction across Ukraine and ensuring an enduring peace. So standing here and saying, you're good, you're bad, you're a dictator, you're not a dictator, you invaded, you didn't, it's not useful, it's not productive.
Meanwhile, a dozen leaders from Europe and Canada are visiting Ukraine's capital on the war's anniversary to show their support to Zelenskyy. Here at home, the White House is continuing to take the axe to the federal government, this time at the Pentagon. Dismissing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Air Force General C.Q. Brown Jr., Trump also fired the Navy's top officer, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, and 6 3- and 4-star generals. Trump wants to replace Brown with Air Force Lieutenant General Dan Raisin Kane. Hegseth defended the move.
The president deserves to pick his key national security and military advisory team. There are lots of presidents who've made changes, from FDR to Eisenhower to H.W. Bush to Barack Obama, who fired or dismissed hundreds of militaries during his term.
The British and French leaders will visit the White House to pitch a peace plan for Ukraine that would call for 300,000 peacekeepers, with U.S. troops as a backstop. Trump has opposed any U.S. military involvement. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
In all the turmoil there is in the world today, there is a source of absolute truth that will guide you.
Transform your life through God's Word, CBN's newest study guide. You'll also receive insightful teaching from Gordon Robertson, plus access to Regent University's online course.
You'll have all the information you need to guide your life.
Get Transform Your Life Through God's Word, available now.